Part 2. Now we will deal with interaction of speech sounds and prosody in sequences. Interaction of speech sounds is presented by alliteration, recurrence of the same consonant, and assonance, recurrence of the same vowel. Alliteration, recurrence of an initial consonant in two or more words which either follow each other or appear close enough to be noticeable. In the Old English there were no rhymes as today. They resorted to alliteration. The important role of it in the history of the language is based on the fact that the word was stressed on the first syllable. Assonance, recurrence of the stressed vowels. Arnold mentions also the term vocalic alliteration, but the vowels in English seldom occur in the initial position. Paronyms are the words similar in sounds but different in meaning. Co-occurrence of paronyms is called paronymasia. Phonetically, paronymasia produce stylistic effects analogous to those of alliteration and assonance. In addition, phonetic similarity and positional closeness makes the listener or reader search for semantic connection of the paronyms. So the author and the reader establish imaginary sense correlation, also grouped of formal affinity. It is called by some linguists patronymic attraction. The flow of speech presents an alteration of stressed and unstressed syllables. The pattern of interchange of stressed and unstressed syllables is called rhythm. If there is no regularity, no stable recurrence of stressed and unstressed syllables, the text is perceived as a piece of prose. If, on the contrary, we observe it, so we call the text poetry. There can be no other way of distinguish prose and poetry from the linguistic point of view. On the whole, the most distinctive feature of poetry and its regular rhythm, but not the recurrence of rhythmic words. In the first line we observe a recurrence of disyllabic or trisyllabic segments having identical intonation structure. Then the pattern is repeated in other lines. The basic pattern, the smallest basic recurrence, consisting of one stressed and one or two unstressed syllables, is called the foot. There are 5 variations of foot. If it consists of 2 syllables, the first is stressed, the second unstressed, truci. The first unstressed, the second stressed, jambus. And if it consists of 3 syllables, 1 stressed, 2 unstressed, the first stressed, dactyl, the second stressed, amphibrach, the first stressed, anapest. Meter is number of feet in a verse line. It may consist of 1 up to 8 feet in a line. For the number, the Latin words are used: monometer, dimeter, trimeter. In some English poetry, the meter is irregular. Not only the number of feet in a line, but also the quality may vary. This is called free verse. Accented verse is a type of verse in which only the number of stresses in a line is taken into account. Prose, they resemble poetry only by the shortness of lines. Rhyme. According to the rhyming syllables, rhymes in words ending with a stressed syllable are called male rhymes, masculine singular. Dreams, streams, obey, away, understand, hand. Rhymes in words with the last syllable unstressed are female, feminine, double. Duty, beauty, bury, marry. The terms male, female are taken from French because the stress in certain adjectives differ in accordance with the gender. Rhymes in which the stressed syllable is followed by 2 unstressed is called dactylic, triple, treble. Tenderly, slenderly, battery, flattery. According to the position of the rhythmic lines, adjacent, crossing, ring. Some peculiarities of traditional rhythmic in English poetry. I rhyme, the spelling of the ending is similar, but the sound differ. Supply, memory. Internal rhyme, the final word rhymes with the word inside the line. I am the daughter of the earth and water. Blank verse without rhyme. The structure of verse. The stanza, two or more verse lines make a stanza, strophe. A foot, a line, a stanza. The ballad stanza is characteristic of folk ballads, 4 lines, rhyme A, B, C, B. Couplet, 2 lines, couple A, B, B, C, C. The Spenserian stanza, 9 lines, A, B, B, C, B, C, C. The ottava rima, 8 lines, A, B, C, C. The sonnet, not only a stanza but a complete poem in itself. It is a verse of 14 lines. The rhythmic is strictly observed. It begins with the 4-line stanzas and ends with 3-line stanzas.